Hi, welcome to class. My name is Lily, and we're going to be doing some Rocket 3. So grab some blocks, grab some a strap, meet me on your mat, and we're going to stretch out a little bit before we get into it. All right, so meet me kind of in a seated position, and we're going to first start with our necks. So tilt your head to one side and the other, and maybe feel the stretch by elongating your opposite arm to that you're tilting at. So you tilt to the right side with your head, and you stretch your fingers out with your left hand. And let's loop your head around. If you feel any sticky spots, feel free to go over it more times. Let's meet in tabletop position. To stretch out our wrists. Lean forward and back with your palms of your hands on the ground. Rotate so your fingers are facing your knees. Continue to rock back and forth. Stretch your wrists out. Palms up, back of the hands on the ground. Do the same thing. And last, fingers pointed outwards. The closer you have your hands together, I've found it stretches more. Take a few moments to warm up your spine. Wiggle it out. Roll your shoulders out. And join me in standing when you're ready. From here, point your left foot so your toes are curled under slightly and encourage the toe point just a few times. And then roll your ankles out. One way and then the other way. Again, on the left side, curl your toes under and so that the tops of the toes are pressing against the ground. And gently put some of your weight into it back and forth to encourage the toe point. Then roll your foot one way. And whenever you're ready, roll it the next way, the opposite. And join me in mountain pose at the front of your mat. Two more breaths here. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, arms up, look thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, look navel. Inhale, flat back, look out. I kind of look about here, wherever your neck is neutral. Exhale, tabletop to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, press your feet in, tuck your toes. Exhale, down dog. A few breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Prep, bend your knees, look up. And in your next inhale, walk or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, rise up. Hands up, look thumbs. Exhale, hands down at your sides. Again, inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, look navel. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Few more breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Bend your knees, look up. Hop or walk to the front of your mat. Exhale, look navel. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, mountain pose. One more. Inhale, arms up, look thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, look navel. Inhale, flat back, look out. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, bend knees, look forward. Inhale, walk or hop. Flat back. Exhale, fold forward, look navel. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. One deep breath here. Inhale, arms up, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Look navel. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Get ready to step with your right. Inhale, step with your right, and lift up into warrior one. On your next exhale, join me in Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left step this time. Inhale, left step. Lift up into warrior one. Place your hands. Join me in Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale, prep. And walk or hop to flat back. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, mountain. All right. Inhale, arms up. Look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Prep your step. Step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Inhale, chair pose. Now this time we're going to interlace our fingers, and you're going to first press the roof away with the palms of your hands. Then you're going to move it in front of you as you move your body. So, up like this in chair pose. Make sure that your knees aren't bowing out or knocking together, feet parallel to each other, and start to push the wall in front of you away. From here, we're going to go into our Malasana. Separate your feet so they're hip distance apart, 45-degree angles, and go into a squat until your butt hits your block. At this point, you can work on your crow pose, or you can stay in Malasana with me. Keep your feet on the ground with your heels planted firmly, not rising up on your toes. When you're ready, join me in Tabletop Pose. From here, bring your chin, chest, and then hips to the ground, like so. So you kind of scoop yourself and then press yourself into a Sphinx position. You're going to have your hands parallel to each other and kind of gecko grip fingers to pull your rib cage forward and your shoulder blades back and down, making your neck very long. Press your feet into the ground so that you can tuck your tail. From here, you're going to tuck your toes Put your hands underneath your shoulders and push yourself into down dog position. You're going to prep your body to step with the right foot first. So on your next inhale, step right. But before you come up to warrior one, position your back foot. So rotate it so it's out at a 45-degree angle, but your hip bones are still facing the front of the mat. Use maybe a block or your knee to help you get up. And join me in warrior one. Here you're going to be strong in the body and torso. You're going to either push your feet, use your legs to push your feet away from each other or bring them in. Engage one way or the other. Rotate your heel so it's now in line with the front of the mat, and your hips are facing the long side of the mat. Open up, keep this hip open and the knee from dropping. You want to keep it open. And rise your arms up to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Keep your hips rotated, keep your hips facing the long side of the mat, almost as if you're in between like two walls so that you can't rotate anywhere. On your next exhale, reach with your front hand over your foot. Inhale, rotate down. So your hand can be on your shin, your hand can be on your block, your hand can be on your calf, wherever you feel most comfortable. On your next inhale, switch your hands. So either switch them on the block, switch them on your shin, rotate your hips so now they're facing the front of the mat. Let's go into Revolved Triangle. Bend your front knee and place your elbow on your knee. Again, rotate your feet, rotate your hips, so now everything's pointing and facing the long side of the mat. Continue the line that's starting at your heel with your arm. So you reach overhead like this, using this motion to continue to open up your body. From here, we're going into half crescent. I kind of hop my foot like this, so now my knee and my toes and everything are facing the front. And I bend my knee, and I tuck my tail so I can feel most of the stretch in the front of my leg right here. Bring your hands up. And place your left hand back on the block. Straighten your back leg and continue the line from your heel all the way to your fingertips, expanding and opening towards the opposite side that we just did. And when you're ready, join me in tabletop. Let's go knees, chin, chest, and back to Sphinx. Pull yourself forward, roll your shoulders back and down, elongate your neck. And the next pose is going to be down dog, and I'm going to explain something for just a moment. We're going to go from down dog to dolphin pose. In dolphin, you're going to want to have both of your hands, your arms parallel to each other and your thumbs kind of touching so that it prevents your hands from overlapping each other. This is a prep for pincha or forearm stand. If you have your pincha or forearm stand, do it. This is the time for it. All right, so Everyone's in down dog. Lower your elbows down. Put your thumbs together and walk into your preferred dolphin pose. Sometimes I bend my knees more so I can expand through my chest. Maybe you want to lift one of your feet up. Maybe you want to lift the other one up. Whenever you're ready, meet me back in your Vinyasa to down dog. So, tabletop, knees, chest, or chin, chest, hips, sphinx. Tuck your toes, and then come back into down dog. On the next side, we're going to left step. So left step and grab your block, or maybe you want to use your knee to help you up, however you want, but preset your back foot so that it's 45-degree angle and your hips still facing the front of the mat. Bring yourself up, and we're going to be joining everyone in Warrior One. When you're ready, rotate your hips to the long side of the mat. Open your foot up so the toes are now directly pointing the long side of the mat. And open your hands up, stretching both of them. Continue to keep your front hip open. Straighten your front leg, reach with your arms, and cartwheel your hands down to whatever way you want to do triangle. On your next exhale, switch your hands. So triangle is now with the right hand facing down. Switch your foot so that it is 45-degree angle and your hips facing the front of the mat. Rotate, open. Place your elbow on your knee. Rotate again your foot and hips to face the long side of the mat. And reach with your top arm, your right arm. On your next exhale, set yourself up so that you're ready to go into half crescent. Put your hips so that they're facing the front of the mat. I lean up on my toes on the back foot and reach with your arms. I like to tuck my tail so that I can feel a lot of the stretch in the front of the leg. Then when you're ready, place your elbow on your knee again, your right elbow on your left knee, or your right hand on the block. Let's go into a revolved side angle. All right, let's go into our Vinyasa flow. Tabletop. Chin, chest, hips. Sphinx pose. And when you're ready, let's go on this side of dolphin, the reverse side dolphin, I guess. So, thumbs together, arms parallel, pop up whenever you're ready. And let's do one more Vinyasa flow. before we move on. So down dog, chin, chest, hips. Pull yourself forward in Sphinx. Replace your hands underneath your shoulders. Let's go into down dog. From here, I want you to bend your knees so that you can easily hop or walk your hands back to your feet. From here, stay in a forward bend for a little bit. Place the tops of your hands on the mat, and one at a time, lift your feet so that you can slide the palms of your feet onto the palms of your hands. Feel the compression in your hands and the stretch in your back and in your legs. If you have a hard time with this, at any point, bend your knees. From here, we're going to place our hands palm down in front of us, maybe a foot, and then you're going to put the weight, all your weight, into your hands. Try to use your gecko grip again, and lift your butt up by pointing your toes, and tiptoe to the top of the mat. Here at the top of the mat, we're going to rise up. We're upside down with our heads down below for a little bit. So roll out your shoulders, take a few breaths, get ready. Try to make it so that you're not dizzy. All right, left step behind you. So we're all facing each other, whichever way pretty much. Mine is left. It could be right for you. And step so that you're facing me. Your toes can be 45, your toes can be directly forward, your toes can be out all the way. From here, we're going to go into our first middle splits. So let's do a forward bend with our legs wide. I like to have a goal to try to push my elbows down rather than my hands down. It seems to keep my back straighter. If you have knee concerns, put your toes out a little bit more and engage your knees. Bring them up. And then come back down into your forward fold. From here, put a lot more weight in your hands and continue to move your feet out. From here, we're going to bend our left knee so it's touching the ground. And we're going to work on our right side splits. Come into this lunge position and push your left foot into the ground. Then come into a runner's lunge position. Push your right heel into the ground. Lunge, push your left foot down. Runners, push your right heel down. One more. Lunge, push your left foot down. Runners, push your right foot down. When you're ready, slide into your side right splits. We're going to sit here for a few moments. Just breathe. Sometimes I like to push and position my hands on one side or the other. Try to keep your hips square to the front of the mat. Notice the difference for flexing or pointing your front foot. When you're ready, come out of middle splits and back into wide-legged stance. This time, we're going to drop our right knee. Come into this lunge position. Press our right foot down. Come into runner's lunge position. Push our left heel down. Back to our lunge position. Push our right heel down, or right foot down. Runner's lunge. Left heel down. One more. Maybe straighten up a bit and push your foot down. And then runner's lunge and push your left heel down. When you feel ready, go into your left side splits. It's going to feel different. It always feels different on each side. Do whatever you need to do to kind of adjust and kind of make it feel like they both got their stretch evenly. Flex or point your toe. Sometimes I like to continue to push down with my heel and my foot. Just keeps everything warm. And slide out of it when you're ready. And one last time, meet me in the wide-legged forward fold. And from here, we're going to go into our pancake. So let your feet separate and switch your hands from fingers facing out to fingers facing you. And as you slide down, you can work your hands closer and closer until you sit down. Here we're going to work on our pancake. So either side to side like this, work on one side or the other, or you can do both together. Continue to rotate your hips, your thighs, so that your knees are pointing up, not pointing in, feet flexed or pointed, one or the other. And then we're going to aim our chests towards the wall out in front of us. So push your chest towards the wall and think about aiming your elbows at the ground. So elbows at the ground, hands reaching out, chest reaching forward. When you inhale, elongate, try to stretch your spine as long as you can. Exhale, fold forward more. Inhale, elongate, exhale, fold forward more. And when you're ready, we're going to do one last thing. Grab your blocks. Well, not a lot of last things. Grab your blocks if you have short arms like me, or maybe you can easily reach the ground in front of you and give yourself traction. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to lift our foot off of the ground. Lift your right. Exhale, set it down. Switch sides. Position your hands again. Inhale, lift your left. Exhale, lower it down. Now with blocks, it'll help lift your butt off the ground as well. So inhale, I like to lean forward slightly, lift my butt off the ground, and raise my foot. Exhale, lower down. Switch sides, lean forward, lift up, lift your foot, lower everything else down. And when you're ready, let's do one more vinyasa. So meet me in tabletop. Tabletop to chaturanga, up dog, down dog. From here, walk to the front of your mat. I'm going to take a few moments to explain something. The next one is a balance pose. You can either do it with your knee. I like to grab kind of right here, or you can do it by grabbing on your toe, whichever one works. Okay, so in balance pose, we're going to start with our right foot. So bring your knee up, and like I said, grab it in here, kind of like that. Then when you're ready, open your hip so that it is now parallel to the front, your leg is parallel to the front of the mat. Sometimes bending my knee slightly helps me to keep my balance. Keep your ribs in. Notice where your weight is in your standing foot. Lower your knee, foot back down, and let's go into Malasana. At this point, you can use this time to go into your crow pose if you want, or you can stay here with me in Malasana. We're going to walk back our hands and sit in staff pose. So from here, our feet are going to be flexed. Our legs are going to be rotating in towards each other. The bottoms are rotating out, the tops are rotating in, so that they're squeezing each other very, very tightly. Our bodies are straight up as if there is a string from the top of our heads pulling us forward. And exhale, bring your chest towards your toes and your hands into the gorilla position with your palms on the palms of your feet. From here, we're going to position our hands so that they are behind us this time, with our fingers pointing at our butts. Then just lean your weight back onto your wrists so that your shoulders are directly above your wrists rather than forward. And tuck your tail and continue to squeeze your legs together so much so that it rises you off of the ground. Push your chest through your shoulders and look up at the ceiling. Lower your butt back down. You're going to first bend your right leg out to the side so that the foot is next to you. You can have it flexed. I prefer to have mine pointed. And from here, you can use a strap and help you bend as much as you need. Continue to have your leg like rotating as if you're still in the staff pose, not relaxed and loose out. So your left leg is continuing to rotate and your right knee is bent. Use your core to pull yourself up out of this position. Use your hands, help to rotate your foot back in front of you. At this point, you can have your foot here on your calf, you can have it on your knee, you can have it higher, whatever you feel comfortable with. I prefer mine around my knee. You can also put blocks under your knee if you ever feel knee pain. From here, inhale, rise your chest up, elongate your spine. Exhale, hinge at the hips, not at the spine. Inhale long, exhale, hinge. Inhale long, exhale, hinge. Inhale, use your core to bring yourself up. Like bring your core back to your spine. All right, from here, we're going to put the sole of our foot onto the ground and hug it close to us for a moment. Then position your right hand behind your butt and your left elbow on the opposite side, on the outside of your right knee. And inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist. One more, inhale. One more, exhale. Untwist from this position, shake it out a little bit, and lean back on your hands again one more time. Lift one leg at a time. Join me in boat pose. So your core should be doing a lot of the work, trying to keep your body long rather than hunched. You can come into boat pose with straight legs, with bent legs, with tapping, whatever your body prefers today. And roll down out of boat pose. Continue to roll back and forth until you get up into a squat position. Here, I like to have my feet together and toes pointed towards the front of the mat. I'm going to put my knees slightly to the left. Let's do it this way so you can see me. I'm going to point my knees slightly to the left. And I'm going to put my hand down on the ground to make it flat like this. I'm going to give traction in between my arm and my legs so that I feel more stable. And I'm going to rotate my arm up, my right arm up, so that I'm opening the rest of my body towards the right side. Your next exhale, remove the block, remove your twist, and use gecko grip with your elbow against your hip and your left elbow against your knees. And let's try a side crow. Take as long as you want in this position. When you're ready, join me back on your mat with your right leg back in the bent position and your left leg in front of you. From here, we're going to use the strap and put it on the ball of your foot, right here. You're going to lean back slightly so that your heel comes off of the ground, and then straighten your leg to balance yourself. Continue to inhale and elongate the spine, and exhale and bring your foot closer towards the ceiling. Inhale, straighten the spine. Exhale, closer to the ceiling. Gently place your foot down. Remove the strap. And now let's bend both of the legs. Bing! All right, we're going to come back into hero pose. I like to put my hands on my feet more than I like to put them on the ground. It helps to elongate my spine. but whatever you feel is best for your body. From here, you can have your feet in any position that you want. You can have your knees in any position that you want. Try to keep your tail long and tucked. That's why I push on my heels slightly. I like to also focus on bringing my ribs, the tops of my ribs, in. One more exhale. And on your inhale, use your core to protect your spine. Sometimes I like to rotate to one side or the other. Sometimes I can go straight up. This time I'm going to use my elbows and go straight up. So we're back here, and what you're going to do is you're going to put your left ankle where your right knee is. And your right knee and right leg is going to go straight back behind you. But before you do that, put your strap around your right foot. And then send it back. Now we're in Pigeon Pose. Keep your hips squared to the front of the mat. Notice if you're swaying so that you're falling on the outside of your leg. Keep your shoulders back and down. And as you inhale, extend your chest forward. Sometimes I rise up on the back of my toes so that I put less pressure on my knee, my back knee. Maybe you want to come onto your elbows. Maybe you like being up on your hands, and you can reach your pinkies or reach your body up by coming up onto your fingertips and look up. And from here, we're going to go into a king pigeon. So reach back for your strap or your foot, whichever one is best for you, and rotate your elbow. So maybe loosen up a bit, maybe kind of open your chest up and loosen your shoulders a bit. And then with your strap, rotate your elbow so it's pointed up towards the ground, or up towards the ceiling. Let's take a few breaths here. Continue to have your chest and hips positioned forward facing the front of your mat. If you feel any pain in your back at any time, come out of it. If you feel any pain in your shoulders or anywhere else, come out of it. Keeping your balance, place your hands back on the ground, lower your foot down, and bring your right foot all the way around. So now your right foot is on the outside of your left leg. From here, we're going to do a twist. You're going to reach your right foot with your left hand and twist your body towards the right side. I like to try to hold my hand underneath my foot. Sometimes I'm flexible enough to get my knee on the other side of my arm. Sometimes I'm not. It's all good. From here, hug your right leg close to your chest, and then try to relax it down so that your knees are on top of each other. My knees never stack. I have very thick thighs, so it's not going to happen. From here, grab your strap with your left hand and have your arms facing outwards. You're going to rotate your palm so it's pointing the back of the room, and then bend it so it is completely behind you with the back of your hand on your back. Do the opposite with your left hand. Hand facing forward, then rotate it around so that the palm of your hand is facing your back. You should be able to reach the strap completely from this point. Inhale and exhale, relaxing into cow face pose for a few breaths. Unravel it, wiggle your shoulders out, and go into your preferred forward bend. I'm adjusting so that my blocks and everything are close by. We're going to do our left side now. So Vinyasa, knees, chin, chest, hips. Sphinx, pull forward, tuck your toes. Come back into down dog. Meet me on the front of your mat. And again, we're going to do the balance pose. You can grab the inside of your knee if you want, or you can grab your toe. So balance on your right foot this time. Notice if your weight is in the ball of your foot or the heel. Slowly lift off. Grab your knee or grab your toe. Before you straighten your foot, check in with your balance, and then swivel it out to the side so that it is parallel to the front of the mat. Ooh. Place your foot back down on the ground. We're going to get into Malasana again. So feet 45 degrees out, and it's a low, low, low squat. You can use your block right behind your foot again, your feet again, or you can use this time to go into crow pose. So it would be this kind of position getting into crow. But for me today, I feel like Malasana. Keep your heels on the ground, not up on your toes. Notice if you need to pull your hips open more or if you need to push them against your hands. Keep your spine long. Move your block and find your way into staff pose. From here, just checking in, rotating your calves, your thighs towards each other, all the way down. Position your hands by your hips and elongate your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips and try to put the palms of your hands on the palms of your feet. Long spine. We're going to position our hands behind us, fingers facing us, and put your weight over, put your shoulders over your wrists so that your weight goes back into your hands. I need to separate my arms just a little. There we go. And tuck your tail. So rotate your hips under slightly so that you can squeeze, 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 and lift your hips up off the ground. Push your chest through and look at the ceiling. Lower yourself back onto the ground. Bend your left knee. You can keep the foot flexed or you can keep it pointed. I prefer mine to be pointed. You can grab your strap at this point and place it on the ball of your foot right here. And we're going to exhale and lean forward at the waist, not at the spine. So inhale, straight back, exhale, fold forward. Continue to straighten your front leg, so it would be my right leg right now. Sometimes I do this by thinking about pushing through my heel. Continue to rotate your front leg so that the knee and the top of the leg is on top rather than rotating out towards the wall. Come out of it by pulling your core up against your spine and rotate your foot. So now the sole of your foot is either on your calf or your knee or your thigh. And same position with the strap on the ball of your foot. Inhale, elongate, exhale, fold forward. Folding at the hips, hinging. Bring yourself out of it, same way, using your core to protect your spine. Rotate your legs so that the left foot is now flat against the ground. I can kind of keep it a little bit closer than hips, knees distance. Hug it to your body, and then put your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Your left hand on the ground behind you with the heel of your hand facing you. Inhale, stretch your spine up. Exhale, rotate behind you. Again, inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. Untwist your body. We're going to go into boat pose now. So lean back on your hands as much as you need and lift one leg up at a time. Use your core, keep your spine straight, keep your feet, try to keep them parallel to the ground or maybe straight, and then raise your hands off of the ground as well. And from here, we're going to rotate and roll on our backs until we go up into the squatting position. From here, I like to have my feet closer together and then rotate my knees out to the right side this time. And position my right hand on the left side, floor, palm down. Left hand slowly opens up towards the left side, so our body and our chest is facing the left side with our knees on the right side of us. Untwist when you're ready. And from here, we're going to go into side crow. Put your elbow, your right elbow on your left knee, and your left elbow on your left hip. Your knees should be stacked onto each other. And slowly come up into this position. Come out of it whenever you're ready. From this position, go ahead and sit back down. Your left knee is going to bend back into the half hero pose. Your right knee, you're going to use your strap this time, or your hands, whatever you want. Grab your foot, put the strap on the ball of your foot, and lean back until your heel comes off of the ground. Then slowly straighten your leg and your spine as you gain balance. Notice where or how you're sitting on the ground. If you're leaning to one way or the other, notice how much bend or straight your leg is. Notice if you can do this with a flexed foot or a pointed foot. On your next exhale, lower your foot gently onto the ground. And we're going to go into a full hero pose. So move your right leg into hero pose. Position your knees close or far, whatever you need. And then slowly lower your body down into hero. Here I'm going to press my heels to help me elongate my spine. And then I'm going to again notice if my ribs are pointed out. It's okay to relax in any position that you want here, as long as you aren't feeling any pain. I sometimes feel the stretch in my quads. I sometimes feel it in the strain to keep my ribs down. Whatever feels right for you is correct for you. On your next inhale, bring your stomach and your core to wrap around your spine to keep it very safe as you pull yourself out of this position. So from here, wrap the strap around your left leg now, and your right ankle is going to find its way to where your left knee was. Straighten your left knee, adjust your right foot. So now we should all be in pigeon pose. I'm going to tuck my toes on my left side so it relieves a little bit of gravity and pressure on my left knee. My hips are parallel to the front of the room, and I'm not hunching and relaxing in my shoulders. I'm engaging them and relaxing them back and down. Come onto your elbows, relax onto your forehead, or maybe do a little back bend and press into your fingertips. We're going to come into King Cobra. So if you're on the ground, pull yourself up onto your hands and bend your back leg so that you can reach your foot or the strap, whichever one works for you. Use this time to kind of get a little bit more flexible in your leg and in your chest, because this next one is a little bit harder. All right, when you're ready, grab your strap or your foot and rotate your elbow out away from you, then up towards the sky. And have your free hand, which should be your right hand, have that grab the strap as well. A few breaths here, keeping your hips parallel to the front of the room or the front of the mat. And I kind of settle a little bit more on my front right leg when I do this. Exhale, rotate it out. So you're back in Pigeon Pose. And then from here, we're going to kind of kick the strap off. You don't need it for a little bit. And then swoop your body, your leg all the way across your body. So your left foot is now on the outside of your right leg. Hug your leg for a second. And then we're going to do a twist. Grab your left foot with your right hand and twist your body. Again, sometimes I like to try to twist so much that my left knee is on the outside of my right arm. But sometimes I'm not flexible enough, so I don't do that. I feel a lot of compression in my abdomen and my core when I do this. So this is more about trying to relax and twist. Exhale, untwist, and hug your leg against your body one more time before laying your knee flat on top of your other knee for cow face pose. Grab the strap with your right arm this time, your right hand. Palm back on your left hand. Swivel it back behind you so that the back of your hand is on your back. Opposite for the left one. Palm facing forward. Rotate it back so that you can grab the strap with your right hand and your left. And inch your fingers closer and closer to each other. Try to keep your neck neutral. Try not to bend it forward or twist it in one way or the other. Also, try to keep your spine straight rather than hunched like a banana one way or the other. When you're ready, unwind, wiggle out your shoulders, and scoop both of your feet out in front of you so we can do one last forward fold of your choosing. From here, let's go into our Vinyasa. So, chin, chest, hips, bend your elbows slightly, come into down dog position. And from here, we're going to be doing a little bit different. So, we're going to, everyone meet me on your mat, on your back. We're going to do a shoulder stand. So, I like to position so that I can feel the mat on my forearms on the back, and I push through my elbows, and then I kind of like rest my hips and my sacrum right here. All right, so now that you know that, you can come into it by rocking like this. Or I like to try to do it slowly so I can use my muscles and I don't spaz out and throw myself in a weird position. So I kick up one foot and then the other, and I push with my hands. Then I place my hands on my lower back and I try to straighten. Sometimes I get a little sassy, and sometimes I like to keep it straighter. Keep your legs together or separated. Just notice where they are. When you're ready, roll back into a seated position. Take a few breaths here. We're going to go back into a very similar position. A few deep breaths. Our next position, we're going to be holding our hands together like so. Our entire arms are going to be on the ground, and our legs are going to go up like they just were, and then back towards the wall or the ground. If they don't touch, that's fine. You can use blocks to help a guiding point. All right, let's do it. Grab your hands, push them against the ground, and drop your feet towards the ground near your head. Maybe you have to separate, maybe you have to keep them together. Whatever works for you. When you're ready, unlace your hands and roll yourself back into a seated position. And take a few breaths. Our last one, we're going to do the same exact thing that we just did, except this time, when we get our legs straight towards the ground, we're going to bend our knees towards the ground as well. All right, whenever you're ready, join me. Roll back, grab your hands, push them against the ground. Straighten your feet towards the ground. And then I have to separate quite a lot to be able to bend my knees at all. And they don't go anywhere near the ground, but I'm working towards it. Roll out and sit in a seated position for as long as you need. From here, we're going to go into our child's pose. Stretch your body, relax it. Maybe knees together, maybe knees wide. Relax your body wherever it needs. We're going to prep for Shavasana. And whenever you feel ready, join me in Shavasana. However you like to come out of it, maybe roll to your side and lift yourself out of Shavasana. Open your eyes whenever you feel ready. Thank you so much for coming to class today. I completely enjoyed teaching you, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Have a good day.